Carole Spiers is a counsellor specialising in dealing with stress. Carole, being stuck in a traffic jam when you should have been somewhere 10 minutes ago is probably one of the most frustrating things in modern day life, isn't it?
It sort of becomes the nightmare scenario. If only I'd have left 15 minutes earlier, had I only known that there were going to be roadworks, had not the phone rung just as I was leaving the house or the office.
Exactly.
All those kind of things are fine in, you know, in retrospect, but while you're actually stuck in that traffic jam, it's extremely, extremely stressful.
At that time, it's almost beyond human endurance, isn't it? What's actually happening to our bodies?
What is actually happening to your bodies is that you're getting increased hormonal levels, you're getting the increased adrenaline, you're not quite sure what to do with it. And so therefore you get all these different hormones pumping into your system, and they start demonstrating themselves in all sorts of things, and you get your road rage coming out, and your frustration and your anger. And if you're sitting with somebody, you start shouting and screaming at them, and there's nobody there, you probably shout and scream at anybody. And some people shout and scream with the windows closed, and some people drop the windows or get out their cars, and that's when you start getting some of the seriously negative effects, because then it's against the law. So it demonstrates itself in all sorts of ways.
And this kind of stress, the way it manifests itself, is it only seen in traffic jams, or does it occur in other
Oh
parts
no,
of life?
it's right across the board. I think what's happening in traffic jams is that we're encapsulated into this little module, and we're driving along, and it becomes our own little cocoon, and so therefore it's almost we think that we're impervious to everything else going on outside, and of course we're not. And so therefore we get into the car with all our work problems and our home problems. Somebody does something silly, like, dare I say, cut you up at the traffic lights or zoom along in the Porsche car or whatever that may well be, and all of a sudden everything is exacerbated, so right across the board.
So what can we do? How do we keep ourselves calm in those situations?
We try and rationalise what is happening to ourselves. So before the anger actually kicks in, we try and get our brain to rationalise some things. Think of actually relaxing, think of listening to the radio, listening to music that we may enjoy. It's stressful, yes, relaxing our, you know, tense our muscles and relax is a very, very useful way to utilise, you know, try and relax the muscles in our neck as well. All sorts of techniques that we can actually use. If we're going to be late for an appointment, if we're lucky to have a phone, make that phone call. We need to bring ourselves back into control.
All right, Carole, we'll have to leave it there. I'll have to borrow that stress ball for the journey home. Thanks a lot.